Hey guys, today's going to be an August 12th update. Just gonna check out the patch, see how things are going. Terminating vines, cutting off secondaries and tertiaries. But I will show you the pumpkin soon and let you know what I'm dealing with. All right, here is the 785 Schmit. Plant is filling in this nice area nicely. We're pretty much gonna be terminating everything on the 785 Schmit. Over here, part of this is the 785 Schmit and the other part is the 1211 Johnson. Everything here is terminated on the 1211 Johnson. We just have this little spot here on the 785 Schmit that we want to fill in and terminate at some point. So, but that's the 785 Schmit. I like the lines. I think it's going to be a really beautiful color. Just hoping we can keep her until way off. Telling my wife that I don't care what it weighs, I just want to get to the end because last year my pumpkin split. This here is the 1211 Johnson. Looking pretty good. I'll put what they're taping down below, but I think this pumpkin just hit over 300 pounds. Today, I did measure today. And then the 785 Schmit is taping almost 600 pounds. So we're, I think, 10, 15 pounds lighter than 600 pounds. So we're pretty much keeping on, as Joe Dirt says. But plant's looking good. I do have some white stuff on here. I did spray some Daconil on my plant, so that's a contact fungicide. And then I also sprayed some mycloblutenol, which is a great product. It's a systemic. It transitions into the new foliage, which is important. But it also is a curative fungicide. So it kills on contact and kills what's in the leaf. So it kind of cures it. So if you have powdery mildew or the start of it, and if you're not under the impression that you have it, even though since it's microscopic, it's still going to kill it. So plant's doing very well. Getting some tertiaries and quatertiaries, good tertiaries growing up. But that's going to be normal this time of year. We're pretty much terminated. Just like I said, just have a few pots that I'm filling in. I did have a secondary grow here. I did let it grow. I will terminate it there and bury the vines, but it's been busy at work just like everyone else. My hail damaged leaves here are holding okay. So look at this guy. I mean, there is really nothing to those leaves, guys, but they're still green. They're still producing chlorophyll and food for the plant, ATP. So, but this is a 785 Johnson. Hoping to get a Howard Dill out of that. And this is the 1211 Schmit. So still have some of that hail damage still here. But I did clean up the main vine just to help out with airflow on both plants. But one thing I don't like about the 1211 Johnson is how kind of wonky it looks. But it's gonna grow. It's all that matters, that we're stuck with what we got, and we're gonna keep growing hopefully as long as we can. So that's the 785 Schmit and the 1211 Johnson. We'll be over at the Ford plant soon. This is the 13 something Ford. Pretty much terminating everything. Plant leaves are looking good. Got this pumpkin set, and I have another one over here set in this white sheet. Both of them were pollinated on almost the same day. So this is a very long fruit. So the one I have figured out I'm gonna get is the one I'm gonna set up officially. But remove the vines here. So this is vining out really crazy. Gonna just continue to cut off the secondaries. But plant looks fantastic. And this is the giant green squash, the Carter. I did have a pollination this morning, so I woke up bright and early, pollinated a giant green squash. First time pollinated a giant green squash. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably have to go with that because it's so late in the season. But this is the Carter. Hey guys, today is Sunday, August 16th. We're in the patch. Sprinkler just went off, just fertilized. Most of you guys don't know, but I fertilize with a 2-gallon water can. So it takes a little bit of time to refill that thing up and continue to go throughout the whole plant and fertilize. But I also do a fertilizer foliar spray with a bottle sprayer. So just got done wrapping up. All right, this is the 785.5 Schmit. She's growing well, really well, getting big, looking great. My problem right now is the blossom end. So this is what we're dealing with the blossom end. But we got a little split here, a little split there. Hopefully things dry up and heal over nicely. The white stuff here is just Daconil. I sprayed it with the fungicide just in case there was any disease, and then isopropylene alcohol. Here is the stem. Show you the stem. So that did dry up actually pretty nice, but it is sapping a little bit more. So yeah, some sap in here. Should be okay hopefully, but just concerned. Hopefully it makes it to way off. Honestly, at this point with the electrical issues this spring, I am just hoping to get everything to way off. So we'll just keep everything growing. I mean, she's gonna be a very pretty pumpkin, but depth 40, and I will put the measurements and the weight in, you know, right about now. So, and then here we come over here to the 1211 Johnson. 1211 Johnson. Turn the fan off too. She's looking pretty good, looking pretty dapper. Little tall, but pumpkin is doing pretty good. Got everything here dried up at the blossom, or the stem. Now, one thing that's been going on is here, it's been leaking from the stem. So I'm hoping we don't get any internal rot that way. But got the fan on. Colors is really nice. Got the blossom orange here, and then just like a little patch of orange. But yeah, it's just showing her age. This one here is, I believe, 7 days younger than the other one. So I'll put the weight on this one as well. The shade is not doing that one justice. But everything's growing really well. Super excited. Pumpkins are doing okay. Now here is my giant winter squash. She's doing okay. I'm hoping we can get a decent growth out of this one. So it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Now these are the girls from the rear side. So here is the 785 Schmit, looking beautiful in the sun. And that is the 1211 Johnson. So as you can see, cleaned out the center. The sprinklers just went off, so everything's pretty wet. I had the sprinkler go off for about 20 minutes. I haven't had any issues with it yet, but Everything's still looking good. Leaves are dark in color. Just gotta keep her chugging along. A couple more months. But you can tell that she's been banged up with the hail damage. You know, obviously, you know, you got hail, you got just heat, smoke, but we're gonna be pushing as much as we can, and we'll see how they go. But fans will stay on for now, and then I'll bring you over to my giant tomato patch. So here, I know I said giant tomatoes, but I'll show you the eggplant first. So this is, if it'll focus, there we go. That's the eggplant. Doing pretty good, not too shabby. Hopefully it continues to grow. I got a small tomato here that looks like it was a mega, or at least a small mega. Looks like there's 3 blossoms in there. Now, what popped up on the very bottom looks like another mega. So I'm gonna try, because that plant actually doesn't have anything on it, so I'm gonna try and see if I can position that where it'll grow. But no other megas, but plants are doing good. Not very tall. I'd say they're, you know, 4 feet at the most. So, but continuing to push, fertilize, that's what we can do here. So why doesn't my camera focus? There we go. So I've been dangling here like this. I know some people use the, what do you call it, the toothbrush method, but I just kind of come over here and tap them a little bit. So it looks like another mega here, at least a semi mega. If you guys know, I don't know much about tomatoes, but if you guys know, let me know. But there we go. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like, comment, subscribe. I would really like to see how your season's going. I know not many people comment on my videos, but whoever's listening at this stage in the video, hit that like. Let me know how your season's going. Be interested to see what you're growing, how you're doing, where you're at. If you're going to be sandbagging, just say you got a small one, then I'll know you got a big one. But that's the patch update for August 16th at depth 40 for the 785 Schmit. So we'll still be working here in the patch for a little bit longer, and then I got house duties and mowing the yard and a lot of other stuff that is not pumpkin related, but has to get done. Someone's got to do it. So till the next one, we'll see you guys.